Hi everyone, this is Bruce Han from Partisia Blockchain Foundation. Today I wanted to give you a little bit more of some personal thoughts on the roadmap item in regards to smart contract improvements that we posted on Medium yesterday. So, as you guys already know, the most important goal for our blockchain this year is in regards to adoption, right? Adoption is the key because of our unique tokenomics. It is important that we have great node operators providing security around our blockchain but also like great projects that are running on our chain. And we've already onboarded quite a number of interesting projects from, Monadi looking to help companies certify themselves to CSRD regulations, eTrustee looking to help provide integrity back to the public tender auctions. We have blockchain ads, Kin looking to revolutionize really the ads industry and giving rewards back to the users, giving the data, the control of the data back to the users. So things like MuPay is going to be our one of our wallets, as well as our aggregated swap system, which is very unique to the industry. So we have a lot of very interesting projects that are getting onboarded, and there's some new ones that we'll be able to announce pretty soon. So a lot of these developers or development teams have been working hard on our chain and have been giving suggestions, feedback, and we've been listening to them. And so we wanted to review some of the new features and enhancements that we'll be adding to our smart contracts as a part of listening to their feedbacks. So the first one is really about including messages in the actual BYOC transfer. So right now what we're doing is bridging assets into our chain, whether it's ETH, USDC, Polygon, BNB we just launched, and we'll be launching the BYOC framework very soon. But still it is just a token transfer. What's really missing is the actual event and the data that's associated with the transfer itself, as well as the information on the actual tokens. Perhaps as an example, an NFT that might have different informations in there. We may want that information to be passed along as well, and in the context of when we're talking about things like zero knowledge input data or zero knowledge output data, or perhaps it's an NFT that is being used as a record that we want to now send over into our chain and have that data there to be processable. So it's really about interoperability, and it's all now also about being able to add those messages as a part of the BYOC transfer. So the other improvements that we're also making is what we're calling staking as an insurance. As well as contract lifetime lasting more than 28 days. So as a part of security features, what we have currently implemented is that a smart contract would die and disappear if the funds in the smart contract runs out. Also, the actual zero knowledge data that is in the smart contract would run out or disappear after 28 days. And this is because of security reasons. But this also puts a limitation and risks to our developers, which we really don't want to have. So as an example, if the funds run out for whatever reason, the smart contract writer may not want that smart contract to disappear or to get deleted. They may actually want some sort of an insurance to ensure that the smart contract is still living while they refund it. Or perhaps the data that is zero knowledge may need to get retained longer than 28 days because they need to continue to compute on that data after that period of time. So we're introducing a feature where the smart contract developers can stake their MPC token and use that as insurance to ensure that the contract doesn't disappear or that the data doesn't run out after a certain period of time. And so they'll be staking these MPCs into the smart contracts to act as collateral, to ensure that they're saying that these smart contract developers are saying, hey, listen, I'm putting my collateral in here from a security perspective, so that these smart contract information is not going to disappear even if certain conditions occur. The other improvements that we're introducing relates to giving better control of the smart contracts themselves. Right now, each smart contract functions really needs to be called one at a time by the application. But now we want to introduce a batching feature that allows the developers to batch smart contracts one after the other, so that they don't have to individually call the actual smart contract each time it needs to be called. We're also adding what we're kind of calling giving control of the zero knowledge data that's in the smart contract to the developers rather than to the users. Now, it sounds a little bit counterintuitive when you first hear about it, but if you kind of think about it, by allowing the developers control of how the data is inputted or what type of data that's going to be inputted in there, it gives a stronger security, right? It prevents the misuse of the input of the data themselves. Maybe somebody who is trying to manipulate the system may be able to add some data that's not really computable into the mix. And so the developer will be in control of the type of data being used, and it will prevent misuse by the users or malicious users. So as I mentioned earlier, a lot of these inputs, a lot of these features are a direct result of the feedbacks that we've been receiving, as well as some of the thoughts from our developers internally as well. And we hope that these features will allow for a more robust, more flexible, and more secure applications that is being written on top of Partisia Blockchain. So thank you guys for listening, and hopefully we will speak again in another video. Thank you.